Hello there. Comedy film School for Scoundrels. I think that was about 1959 or 1960. And again, a British black and white comedy with Terry Thomas and Ian Carmichael in. And it was, and obviously Alistair Sims. And it was a wonderful story when Ian Carmichael turns up all dejected at this school of one-upmanship where you have to learn how to be a bit more ruthless in life if you're sort of like you haven't got much on you. You go there and Alistair Sims takes you under his wing and teaches you how to be a bit of a scoundrel and get your own back. And when he turns up at this place, Alistair Sims is this headmaster. It's almost like a school. And as he's sitting there listening to Ian Carmichael's story, he's telling him about how he's met this wonderful woman and he's had her stolen from him right under his nose by this complete cad, which obviously is Terry Thomas. He's the typical English cad. And how he smartly gets all his girlfriend and steals her off of him and really shows him up on the tennis courts and things like this. And then he thought he's going to impress the girl by buying a lovely new car, and he meets these right car sharks that sell him this real absolute wreck of a car, a real everything that he could be ripped off for. And when his little company at work, all his employees are taking the mickey out of him and ruling his life, and in the end, he has to turn his life around and come back as this strong and more robust sort of character. And he goes through this thing at the School for Scoundrels after he's told his story to Alistair Sims, the head teacher there. And he's put through this rigorous training program on how to sort of like go back and sort all this business out. And it's really good because you see two different sides of this Ian Carmichael character. You see the gullible sort that's having the mickey taken out of him basically and losing his fair lady to Terry Thomas. And then you see the new caddish Ian Carmichael that's got a bit of bite. He comes back and the first thing he does, he takes his old wreck of a car to the owners that had sold him the car in the first place and ripped him off, and he manages to sort of like really pull the wool over their eyes and does a super rip off with them and walks away with this beautiful car, a beautiful dream car. I can't even remember. I think it might be something like I don't know if it's an Aston Martin or some sort of spoke wheel, British sports car that was around in that day. I can't remember the actual car, but it was a real beaut. And he turns up to give Terry Thomas another game of tennis, and he absolutely shows Terry Thomas up and everything, and obviously goes to get his fair lady in the end. It's a really fun, really delightful film, and I think that's it's also a freebie on YouTube now if you want to watch it. School for Scoundrels with Ian Carmichael and Terry Thomas in it. It's one of my favourite comedy films, and it's another one of my cult favourites. I've got it. I mean, I think they were doing it. I've got a freebie one that you got with a Sunday newspaper when they used to be dishing out DVDs, so I've got it like that as well. But I like to watch that film every now and then because it's all very typically the type of British world that we no longer live in. It was funny, but there's something polite and rather clean cut about it. And it's just a real good fun film to watch, and I think it stands the test of time. Most people have heard of it, although it doesn't really come on television that much nowadays. But let's face it probably does. But there's so many channels, I'll probably miss it anyway. So you're better off just going on YouTube and getting it or something like that, because you can just access these things when you want. But if you haven't seen it, I should imagine a lot of you have. But if you might even think, oh, I might watch that one again. But School for Scoundrels, I think Terry Thomas is brilliant in it, and Ian Carmichael is brilliant in it, and it's a lovely film to watch. So if you haven't watched it, you want to watch a good old sort of retro British comedy from about 59 to 1960, School for Scoundrels. Have a good day.